let's break a myth today. Wait. Give me a moment. Whew. Let's break a myth today. The idea that you have to choose between being an amazing father or a successful entrepreneur. Hey, I'm Killian López. I'm the owner of the creative studio The Old Grandma, a husband, and recently I became a father of a little beautiful yet so crazy boy. Everyone tries to give you the perfect speech about how to be a father and how your whole life is going to change. Of course it's going to change, you will have a baby, but everything relies in two main ideas. So the first one actually is that you will have to put everything aside in order to take care of your child. You have to leave your work, your hobbies, your relationships. And the second idea actually is the opposite. You will have to work your ass off so you won't see your child that much. Okay, let's break a myth today. Wait. Give me a moment. Whew. Let's break a myth today. The idea that you have to choose between being an amazing father or a successful entrepreneur. But let me tell you one thing. This is not gonna be pretty. In this channel, I will show my unfiltered story about how I'm trying to master this delicate balance. Let me tell you one thing. Come closer. Are you ready to see and discover how life can overlap between meeting rooms and baby rooms? If yes, let's dive in.
I remember when I was 18, back then in Gran Canaria, I was working in an agency, but I was by myself. So my only concern was should I play Pokemon today or should I go surfing? Should I do both?
Don't get me wrong. I was working a lot, but I had someone who told me what to do and when was the deadline. 1 year later, I just become a little bit more hungry of knowledge. I wanted to do more and more, and I wanted to go out of my comfort zone. So I started a degree in design while I was working for some agencies here and there. After that, I jumped to Poland to keep learning, to ended up in Iceland. Hear me out. Iceland. That was the place for me. I had to learn to be alone. I have to learn to play with life. And also I had to overcome a lot of obstacles. After a few years in the ice and with a lot of knowledge in my bag, I decided to give it a try to Madrid, where I am now. Here I created The Old Grandma, my creative studio. And also I met the most awesome, pretty, smartest, something woman that I could ever met in my life. So now talking a little bit about the transition to fatherhood, damn, that was crazy. Everything that people can tell you about how bad or how good it could be with a baby, well, I can tell you now that it's 100 times worse or better. Let me tell you some points just to summarize everything, what is been happening to me. We can start with the sleep. You don't get enough sleep at all or none. You have to learn how to take care of the baby, which is not an easy task, believe me. So the third one could be work. Because yes, you have to work. You can't take days off when you have your own company. What? Are you gonna talk with your boss? The next one, we can add, the schedule, a new schedule for everything. When I say everything is everything, I mean, the whole system gets messed up when you have a baby. And the last one is one that you probably have heard it. The people used to say, sleep when the baby sleeps. Well, let me tell you, that's another joke. Regarding the initial struggles, when you're gonna become a father and this time comes, it doesn't matter if you were preparing everything 6 months back. I did that because that wave hit you as hard as it could be. You don't have time for you, for your business, for your partner. Everything in your life falls apart. Told you this wasn't gonna be pretty.
Okay, so let's get more real, more down-to-earth examples. Do you remember when you used to take those showers those good showers with music, singing, and everything, that moment of intimacy, well, gone, Now you have a baby staring at you naked in the shower. We have a cat too, so double it up. Also, I don't know, your house smell like flowers, pines, the ocean? Well, now you're gonna get like an almost everyday poop smell. And I say almost because we try to cover it up as good as we can, and you still can smell it. And I know, just the last one could be something related to work. Have you tried to work with a baby next to you? That poor little thing is gonna cry like 80% of the day. So yeah, I bet you. Try to design with a baby crying next to you.
Actually, I'm just starting out. Bruno is 6. She's still a little baby. Actually, he's starting to eat, but my learning curve is starting out, But actually, I can tell you, the emotional impact is huge. You can't concentrate in your work, your relationship, in your life the way that you did before, because now you have someone who depends on you. Let me get closer. I have someone who depends on me, to live. That's huge. That thing is huge. Like, actually, don't get me started in the mama, the mother, the mom, the woman, my wife. I mean, like, that's another really hard story. I know that I'm telling you everything bad right now, but I'm trying to keep it raw. So I can tell you, like, planning. Plan everything. I don't care if it's in your phone, a paper, I don't care. But if not, you're doomed, Yes, you have to take a shower, noted. You have to feed the baby, well, that's important. So write it down. Another tip to set realistic goals. Now you're a father. So, I mean, like, you can go crazy, with your goals and everything. But your body will pass out soon. I'm talking from the experience, so be careful with that. Another good strategy is setting boundaries. I have 3 major points here. Create dedicated workspace. Having different workspace or spaces when you are working, it helps you a lot to concentrate all your efforts in what you're doing. A good tip is using noise cancelling headphones. The second one is time to work, time to enjoy. When you're working, work as much and as hard as you can. And when you're enjoying with your family, when you're having a good time with your family, please squeeze that time as much as you can. The last one is flexible working hours. You have to adapt your schedule at least until your baby goes to childcare, so the first year. And please, don't get mad. They need you as much as you need them. There are certain roles that society has set for all of us. Like, for example, you have to ask your parents to help you out with your kid. In my case, I have been always a lone wolf. That means that I barely ask for help. The 90% of the time, I go out of my own shit by myself. I have been working in 2 different jobs while I was studying. I was eating rice and tuna cans over half a year, and I'm still alive, and I'm doing quite well. But, and I have to say it, but if I have to highlight the role of someone, that person, it will be my wife. Why? Because she's supportive, caring, she's patient, and she allows me to really focus on my work by taking care of Bruno. If I have to be proud of something, I can tell you, even I'm not getting enough sleep, I'm not eating well, and I barely have time for myself, I can tell you that I feel full and so happy every time I see Bruno with his smile, like super smiley face. In the business side, it was hard. It was really hard. We didn't get too many clients in 2023 because I wasn't paying attention to the company. But if I have to say something good, for example, the revenue raised 10%. I know it's not much, but don't blame me. I became a father. Another point is family bonding. That's new for me because I have been living abroad so much, but I'm learning to enjoy that, I have a creative family. I have a wife. I have a cat. I have a baby. I'm learning to enjoy that time. So you can call it our time now. What advice can I give to the aspiring parents, entrepreneurs? Well, even I have been 6 months in the fight, I can tell you some of them are: embrace flexibility. Why? Because you have to know that parenting and entrepreneurship are really unpredictable. Quality over quantity. You have to force yourself to spend quality time with your family because maybe the quantity of your time could be less because of work commitments. Stay patient and persistent. Balancing parenting and entrepreneurship are journeys that they are filled with ups and downs. So these two factors are key. Celebrate small wins. You have to acknowledge and celebrate with your family the smallest win just to keep you going. And the last one is an open communication. That's so important. You have to be really open with your partner to be able to create a really solid relationship and a really solid team. I can recommend you some books that have helped me in this journey. I mean, like in the beginning of it. So the first one is the 4-Hour Workweek. That book offers you like some tips and some insight of productivity and time management. And the second one is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a classic, It's a classic in personal and professional development. Okay, folks, so we walked through my personal roller coaster of trying to juggling dad duties and managing a creative studio, from my carefree days in Gran Canaria to my sleep-deprived yet fulfilling life being a dad entrepreneur. We laugh about taking showers with an audience thanks to Bruno and Horus, our cat. Also, I have shared some hacks about time management and setting boundaries, and also why having a supportive partner is like finding gold. To all of you brave souls that are like me in this wild journey of parenting while building your dream, here are my 2 cents. It's tough, It's gonna be tough. But oh boy, the first time you landed a big client or a big project and you rush home and your baby received you like with a really, really, really big smile in his face. Oh, that's pure magic. You are doing something great. So cut yourself some slack and don't forget to celebrate every tiny victory with your family. Any part of my story strike a chord on you? If yes, show some love with a like and hit that subscribe button for more of my adventures in parenthood and entrepreneurship. And also, I would like to know more about your stories. So if you want, drop your story, your life hacks, or even say a hello down in the comment, so we can build a community where we can laugh and grow together.